Hi, I'm Alan Benjamin, CEO at GigaIO, and with me is Brent Gorda, the Senior Director of Business Development at AMD. And I'm really excited for this conversation, Brent. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely, it's good to see you again.
So, what unique capabilities of the SuperNODE has AMD really sort of glommed onto to enhance the capabilities of the MI300s?
So various workloads really take advantage of your architecture. In specific, AI workloads are very sensitive to the amount of memory as well as the amount of compute. And one of the things AMD is particularly pushing is the memory capacity of the 300X is bigger than the competition. And with your technology, you scale the pod up. So now you have bigger nodes and a bigger pod, which lets you run much bigger workloads for the large language models for AI processing. Okay, so these big pods are cool, but the building components are important, right? The 300X is a step-up improvement in terms of capability and performance. How do you see the customers reacting to that kind of a building block?
Oh boy, you know, this example that's behind me on the wall, in the HPC environment, right? The computational fluid dynamics package, where they were running on MI210s, and now with the MI300s, they see considerable improvement in terms of performance. And so they've been really thrilled to get the MI300s and be able to run their code on that.
Interesting.
In the AI world, we're finding that people are, there's a lot of talk around the enhanced memory, as you described, and the ability to have 6 terabytes of memory across a SuperNODE is really enticing to them.
So I'll point out the MI200 is in the current world's fastest computer. The top 500 came out today, right? And the Oak Ridge system Frontier is still #1. And all eyes now on the MI300 series that is getting put into El Capitan, which we're hoping will be arriving in the next few months, right? So generation upon generation, and you guys are right there with us using the latest technology. So it's a great synergy.
Yeah, absolutely, right? It's great to see. It's healthy for the industry for there to be multiple vendors of the accelerator technology.
You like competition. I like competition. It's fun to have competition.
As customers have gotten their hands on MI300s, what are you finding that what feedback are you getting, and how is that influencing your future product development?
So interesting and very timely, because we put a lot of FP64 into these devices, right? We're at ISC, HPC conference. The floating point 64 capability of these systems is stepping up, and customers are asking us, what about the next turn of the crank? What about the turn after that? Are you guys going to show up with heavy duty, real floating point 64 hardware? And the answer is absolutely. AMD is into HPC, and we're building specific products that have maxed out floating point 64-bit performance.
Yeah, it's interesting you say it, because we've had a lot of people through here today asking a very similar question.
Yeah.
Right? The scientific world needs FP64.
Yeah.
And as the AI wave takes hold, will people still continue to prioritize FP64?
So up till now, I've been saying AI is just a workload, just like CFD is a workload. The real litmus test is when it changes the architecture. And what I think we may be seeing out there is more of an emphasis on the lower precision numbers rather than the full-out floating point 64, which is why I emphasized it, right?
Right.
And so floating point 64 is important to the high-performance computing community, and as we move into this AI genre where AI and HPC coexist, we don't see FP64 being diminished in terms of its importance. We see the importance of these lower precision numbers or capabilities coming into the workloads. We met with some of the analysts today, and what they say is that the first wave of AI is actually being used for data pre-processing and post-processing. And the simulation itself remains needing the floating point, the heavy-duty floating point 64 numerical analysis.
So in your view, AMD will continue to be committed to the highest of the floating point precision.
Absolutely. AMD cares about HPC. We're bought in. We're here to stay.
Great.
So that's about our side, right? We're continuing to push HPC and floating point 64-bit. What about your side? What are you guys doing to take advantage of our generational uplifts in terms of the GPU technologies?
So, from our product roadmap and in concert with yours, the next generation will be PCI Gen 6, and so the bandwidth numbers will go up. We'll fully anticipate participating with that. Down the road, there's movement towards CXL, there's movement towards AFL technology, and so all of that is a very active part of our product development, our product roadmap.
So you see the pods growing in size as well as the building blocks growing dramatically in capability. Is that what the future holds?
Correct, and both our ability to scale resources up on a given node, as well as the ability to scale out between nodes.
Scale up, scale out.
Scale up.
In all dimensions, we're getting better.
And then with you guys cranking out, more performance, more memory, right? I mean, the future has got some systems that are really. It's
pretty impressive stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember when memory bandwidth, and now it's like, wow, that's a lot of memory bandwidth all of a sudden, right? We're kicking that up in a big way, and so to combine it with the scale out of the pod, or scale up of the pod, there's some pretty powerful stuff coming.
Yeah, right. It's the next 5 to 10 years are going to be a really exciting time.
Absolutely.
So finally, Brent, how the companies have worked together, and from our perspective, we've really enjoyed being able to work with you and the rest of the AMD team. And I think the ability to work on the business side and the technical development in particular, right, has been very encouraging. From AMD's side, how are you feeling about the collaboration, and how's that all going?
So most of your work is with the AI team, right? On the HPC side, I've only gotten glimpses of what you've been working on. On the AI side, all I hear is good things. Like, you guys are friendly, easy to get along with, competent, right? You do your technical stuff, come back, so a lot of fun to work with. The business opportunity seems to be quite large, and you're still holding on to a bunch of samples that I could make use of. You've got a lot of hardware down there that seems to be running and doing good things. So
we do appreciate your support with the hardware. And
you're welcome.
I know you didn't intend it to be there quite so long.
No, if it's doing good stuff, right, it's worth having in the field. So absolutely.
So, thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
And, we've greatly appreciated the work with AMD. So
I'm looking forward to the future doing the same thing.